Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, I welcome you to another video. And in this video, I'll be covering how to write an email for English as a second language, IGCSE 0510 and 0511. Okay, so this is exercise 5, how to write an email. So it always look like this. It comes in this format. Now, this is the question. I'll be going straight to the point. You have decided to help at a sports event that will take place in your town next month. Now, write an email to a friend about this. In your email, number one, you should describe the sport event that you are going to help at. Describe the event. Do not just mention it, but describe, that is, give a little detail and information about what the sport event is about, right? You want to know something about the sport event. They did not just say, tell us what it is, okay? Or identify. No, they said describe. So you should give like at least a description of the sport event. Now, say why you decided to help at the sport event. You should be able to explain your reason. These things are very, very important if you want to have good marks in your content. And then number 3, explain what you will be doing at the sport event. So you should be able to say what is your role or what will be your role during the sport event. Very important. Now, write about 120 to 160 words. Please ensure that your writing actually falls around this range. If it's too much, it will be believed that you are writing some things that are not necessary, and gradually it can begin to affect your grades. And what I've also noticed is that some of my students, when they write too much, they use a lot of words, they make a lot of mistakes in the process. Their mistakes become more obvious. All right, so it is not always good to write above this. Please write with the mindset of respecting this word range. Very, very important. And do not write below this because it will be too low. Obviously, I think the major challenge is writing too much and not writing too small. Okay, I mean, not writing below the word limit. Okay, now you will receive up to 6 marks for the content of your email and up to 9 marks for the language used. Okay, so 6 marks for the content, and then the language used, how you're able to express the idea, how you're able to express your opinion. Okay, the words, your choice of words, your diction, everything comes under the language use. Okay, are you not repeating words? Are you using different vocabulary? Are you using different sentence structure, simple, compound, complex sentences? Are you combining all of that together? Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, so this is actually the question. We've gotten the idea. So you are helping at the sport event, and then you want to talk about what a sport event is. Okay, and you want to explain the reason you've decided to help, to volunteer. Okay, and then you want to explain your role. And don't forget, we are writing an email to a friend. So if you're writing an email to a friend, take note, it is believed you should know the friend's name. Okay, let's check this tip. Now, how to write an email. This is just a tip I have. Now, use the correct structure. Okay, you can have greeting, opening, that is, explain the reason you're writing the letter. Simple as that. Greetings, now it depends on you. You can have any word for greeting. How are you? How was everything? How was your study? Okay, how was your health? Just whatever it is, the way you greet your friend. But please do not use slangs. That is not accepted. Okay, it is an informal kind of tone. Actually, I understand, but please do not use slangs. It is not allowed. All right, just greet in a friendly way, yet don't use slangs. Okay, so you can show familiarity in the way you're trying to express greetings. You can say, okay, hello. In fact, saying how are you already shows a form of familiarity. It is not formal. Okay. I hope you're coping with the difficult topics you've been having in your mathematics classes. That shows a form of familiarity, that okay, you know each other, you know the person you're writing to. The person is not a stranger, yet you're not using slangs. Okay, so you should have openings, and then you should have your body, and then your closure. All right, sign off. Now include a subject line, but this is optional. Okay, it's actually optional. You don't necessarily have to. The subject line, that is what the, like a form of title. All right, but it's not important, so you can just go straight to your salutation. Hi Jane, hi Mike, and then you move on. Address all bullet points from the questions clearly. This is very important. All the bullet points are very important. Now use a friendly and informal tone. It should be friendly, and then the tone should be informal, but it should be appropriate for writing to a friend. Don't use slangs like niggas, wanna, gonna. Don't use all those things. All right. Now you are allowed to use contractions. It's cool. Okay, but you can use contractions for email, and but don't use it for report exercise 6. Don't use it there. Okay, because you will be writing that to your teacher, so there should be a level of a tone of formality in your expression. Okay, don't, you can use words like that. And natural expressions, avoid very formal vocabulary in the email. So vocabulary that shows like you're being too respectful. Okay, I would like to seek your permission to come to my birthday party. I mean, this is your friend you're writing to. You don't need to be too formal like that. Okay, now add personal opinions and simple explanations. All right, check that all 3 bullet points are covered, very important, and then stay within the 120 to 160 words. All right, so here is an example. Hi Jenny. Now please do not say hi friend. Don't call your friend friend. You don't actually call your friend friend, okay? You call your friend by his or her name. So try to respect that. Hi Jenny, and then always put a comma there. Now guess what? This is a form of creating curiosity. Okay? Guess what? I have signed up to help at the town's big sport event next month. Okay, exclamation mark. Next month. Now, it's a 2-day tournament with football, basketball, and even a fun run for kids. Now, can you see that he has given a description about the event? Can you see the description now? We've given a description here. So you don't just say, and try to avoid this static kind of or let me say this rigid kind of conversation, as if you're picking each point in the question. When I'm talking about a point, I'm referring to these 3 dots here, as if you're picking it. Okay, describe the thing, and then the next thing you're doing is, I want to describe the tournament. It is about football, basketball, and then you look at the next thing. Say what you have decided to help at a sports event, and then the next thing you're writing, I have decided to help. Okay, and then you move to the next one. Explain what you'll be doing. Okay, I will be doing. Don't make it look like an interview. No. So add this flexible tone to it. Let the conversation be natural. Let it just flow. All right. So after the greeting, you can just go straight to the point. I've decided to volunteer for this my town's big sport next event next month. Okay, so this time around it's going to be about this and this and that and that. Last year you mixed it because uh, you were busy or whatever the case. You can create a scene, and then you say, this time around I want you to be there. So you've said what the thing is about, and then you've created a paragraph. It's as simple as that. You can now move on to, okay, I decided to volunteer because I love sport. All right. You can even remove this decided and then make it sound natural in another sense by saying that, okay, uh, you know how crazy I can be for sport. Okay. So hence I have decided, or as a result, okay, I have decided to volunteer um, for this particular event to help me, broaden my knowledge or broaden my skills or my experience, whatever the case may be. So now, I love sport and thought it would be a great way to meet new people and support local athletes. Now, we've been able to add reasons, okay, why we do not just say I decided to volunteer because I love sport. Okay, this is one. We also added one. It will enable us meet new people and support local athletes. Okay, plus I can earn some volunteer hours for school, all right, which is a bonus. Can you see this? Create more ideas, but creative. It's a creative writing anyway. So moving on, I'll be helping with with organizing the football matches, right? Making sure teams are in the right places and that the scoreboard is updated. So this is an explanation of his role, which is the third point. I might also hand out water and snacks to the players. So now I've noticed some students, they will just they will just explain one point, a point like this with a sentence and that's it. That will be too shallow. So try to create more. So think, for example, what will be your role? Say one, okay, include another role. All right. So include another role or maybe three different roles too to make it look okay, more interesting and more detailed about what exactly you'll be doing, you see. So and you can still give more explanation about a particular role if it's a single role that you think that role is going to be um, time consuming for you or too engaging for you. Give a detailed explanation of that and then you'll be fine. All right. So at the end of it, now I'm really excited and can't wait to get involved. So this is an expression of how happy you are. Please try to include this kind of tone in your conversation. It brings that warmness to the email writing. Okay. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Okay. About this opportunity. So let me know if you want to come along or even volunteer too. All right. Take care, Mark. And that will be it. That will be a very nice essay for you to, I mean, email for you to write. Okay. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you very much. And I'll be posting another video on how to write a review. Okay. I wish you all the best. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, write your comment if it has been helpful. Express your comment, share with friends, and any other person you feel might be interested. Okay, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. See you next time.